it's Sheree from Turquoise Dreaming. How is everyone doing tonight? Hope you're having a good night. Welcome to my channel. I am coming by tonight to share this journal with you. This is my first design team project for Studio 28E, and that's Studio 28E. I will link her Etsy shop and her Facebook channel in under this video. But this journal was created with the My Garden Journal digital kit. So, and it came out, I think it came out really pretty. How I started was I used a piece of the kit on the cover, and this is tied with a piece of a vintage apron, and I'll show you that apron in a minute. But this is a piece off of the apron that was some trim on the apron. So I used that as the closure. And then I kind of kept with the, tried to stay with the green theme in here because I pictured this as kind of an actual garden journal, because I do have a garden. I do a vegetable garden every year, and I grow flowers and everything, so around my yard and everything. So I kind of pictured this as a garden journal, and I pictured someone actually using this as a garden journal, but of course it can be used for any type of journal. But the kit was so cool because it has all these really neat elements that you can actually use to plan out your garden. So I'll show you that as we go along. And so first I'll just go over the cover here. This is an image or a page from the kit. I thought it was so pretty, I wanted to use it on the cover. So this is a lady in her garden. It says vegetables right here. I did put some cardstock scrapbook paper underneath to bring out the green. And then this is a crochet piece. This fabric is also from the vintage apron. And you can see this trim here was on the apron, so that was all part of the apron that I cut apart. And here's the back. And let me show you this part here because this is really pretty. I did a couple of fabric ruffles also using that apron fabric here. And so I just think those are so pretty the way. I didn't want them to stick out too much. You can see they're pretty even with the cover, but when you see it from the side, they just show enough to look really pretty, and you see the colors and everything. So I thought it matched the journal so well. I was really happy that I had that, and I haven't had it very, very long. And I was so happy that I did purchase it at a thrift store. So we'll just get started with a flip through. Let me show you the apron real quick. Here's what I have left of it because I've cut quite a few pieces off of it. But as you can see, this is what it looked like. There's some ducks down here. This is where a lot of the trim came from that I used in this journal. There's a little pocket here. And here's like one of the ties. I used the other one in this journal. So really nice little apron there. And then I wanted to show you this too. This is a little crochet piece that I think is so cool because I was at a thrift store and I saw this in a bin just like this. And I was like, oh, what is that? A pretty crochet piece. Okay, and it had all these circles on it. So I went over and picked it up, and it ended up being, I'll tell you what it is. I don't know if I'll be able to show it in the camera, but it's actually, I believe, it's actually a shirt, or it might be a cover-up. And so I've got all of these circles to cut out. I was just like, wow, this is so awesome, but it's actually a cover-up. I don't know how old it is. It could be pretty old. It could be vintage. But it is, you know, a good size of fabric here. So I was just thrilled to death to be able to get all of these little circles that I can cut out. So I'm excited about that. So let me get back to this kit. So it's called My Garden Journal Studio 28E. This is a little book I made to go along with this. I made it in a video, or I showed it in a video a few videos ago, where I made a couple of these. It was what I'm working on, I believe, and I made it from playing cards. And it has like a rounded spine made with ledger paper. The pages are sewn in, and I just like the color because it was green on these, and I thought that what went well with this journal. So as we start with the flip through, I found this really pretty paper in my stash to put on the inside here of the cover. It's on the inside of the front and back, and I made a layered flower also, and which is also on the front and the back inside covers and right here. So a really pretty layered flower. So this page was from the kit, and I just thought it was a good, you know, perfect beginning to the journal to have this little lady with her basket going out to her garden to collect her vegetables or flowers. So I put that as the first page, and then all the pages from the kit I have torn edges, and then they're distressed along the edges. I just really like that look. I wanted it to be like an old garden journal, old vintage garden journal kind of that you found at a thrift store. And here it is, you know, very vintage looking, you know, kind of worn pages. So that's the look I was going for. So we'll just get started so this doesn't take too long. But all the pages from the kit, I believe I backed with another page. Like this one's backed with coffee dyed paper, and it's all distressed also. And I used several different pages from stationery. And here also I found some really pretty floral stationeries. And so there's several of those, like this one here, and they're all, I think most of those are dyed on the back of those with green food coloring. So that's where this shading came from. In here, I actually had some leftovers from a previous journal I did with Studio 28E digital kit, and it's called Sunny Delight Ode to the Sunflower, and I printed out too many pages on that, so I had some leftovers. And so here's a couple of little tags from that kit that I went ahead and put in here because, you know, sunflowers go with the garden theme, and I wanted to, you know, use up some of my stash from that before I had to put it away. And so I stuck those in that pocket. So this is a pocket made, and it's zigzag stitched, sewn, closed. But it's a pocket from a floral, kind of like a floral guidebook. So really cute little pages that I made into a pocket. In here, I've just got a tag. This is from the kit. There's several of these little seed packets, images from the kit. So I backed it. All of them are backed, so I won't have to say it every time. They're all backed with cardstock. And this one has a little ruffle sewn on from the apron. And they're all distressed. So I won't say that every time. I'll just show it to you. So here's an image, or, you know, mason jar from the kit. I've got it made into like a tag with a little piece from the apron. And here's the back. A very large writing space. There's plenty of room to write in here or put whatever you want in here. This little pocket's from the kit, and it's sewn on. I used green thread in here, staying with the green theme. And this is a piece of Edith Holden book page right here. So I thought that went well with this theme of this journal. This is a really cool page from the kit. It's actually a graph and little numbered spots down here where you can plan out your garden. And right here it says Garden Plan Worksheet. It has little instructions up here, and everything is really cute. And this is a fabric ruffle that I put on here from the apron. And then I have a little garden angel here that's hanging on a coilless safety pin. So it hangs nicely like that. And let me just show you her so you can see the little angel. She's so cute right here. So I thought that went perfect because, you know, I don't have a garden angel in my garden, but some people do, and I thought that was cool. On the back of that is backed with, this is green food colored dye, but it's lined paper on the back of this one. And then this is a page from, I think I have a couple pages in here from a child's like dictionary. And so this was the one, let's see, I think this one says flower on it right here. Yeah, I pulled out the flower page and put that right here. So I thought that was really cool. This is a page from another little, like the little garden book that is this size. And so I put this pretty flower picture in here. And it's pretty on that side too. And this is a page from the kit that is a music sheet with, you know, the garden theme. And they're all very vintage looking. That's another thing I liked about the kit. It just looked so really vintage. And so there it's backed with coffee dyed paper. Another piece of the stationery. And then I've got a little heart paper clip here holding that pocket together. And this little booklet I made because the kit came with these pages for a whole year. It's 12 pages of a calendar for your garden, so you can keep track of whatever you want to for your garden, or if you don't really use it for a garden journal, you can keep track of whatever you want, or just use it for a little journal. So this is a pretty piece from the kit, and I'm trying to think if this was from the sunflower, or I'm getting them mixed up now, but anyway, that was a pretty piece I had that I used on this cover. It's from Studio 28E, and then here's the inside. And I used this stationery throughout and sewed on the calendar pieces on each page. So I'll just flip through it real quick. Oh yes, and I wanted to tell you that each one is sewn on, but I left the top open, so each one is does have a space behind it if you want to slip something in there. I didn't put anything in there, but there's a slot there that you can put something in if you want to. And let's see I'm trying to remember how I did this now. And there's a pocket right here too in between. It's got a piece of stationery that's folded over, and so there's a pocket right here, and there's a little slot right here. I don't know if I would really put anything in behind the calendar because I would be afraid of ripping it unless it was something that stuck out that you could take in and out, without doing a lot of pushing up of the paper. But there is plenty of room in this pocket to get your fingers in there. I'll show you real quick. See, I can get my fingers in there real easy. So, and there's one that's like that on every page because I just sewed around the 3 sides. And I left the strings, as many strings as I could in here, because I thought they were really pretty with the green string. I don't always leave the strings from the thread, but I liked it in this one. And so, but if you don't like those, you can always just cut those off. And so here's all the pages in here. They're kind of different colors. They're white, cream. There's a green one here. And there's a gold one here. Really pretty buttery gold color. And so those are I thought those were so pretty. I wanted to make a little kind of separate little journal from those. I thought that would be really handy for whatever you want to use it for. So that's how I did that. And so those are all pieces from the My Garden Journal kit. This is a card I had that I thought was pretty that went with that theme of the journal with the flowers. And this is a piece of stationery that I was talking about. This is there's several tickets in the kit, in the My Garden Journal kit. And this one I distressed quite a bit and put on here as a tab. It's sewn through the middle, and like that. And then there's a pocket here with, this is an envelope from the kit, which is, it's sewn together with the green thread. So it's got green thread trim around here, a piece from the apron right there, and then some buttons right here. And I think it's really cool. It's very vintage looking. And it says seeds from the garden of, and there's a line right here. You can put a date down here if you actually wanted to put seeds in here. But there's some little note right here on the back that says planting instructions. So really cute. That came with the kit. So just some really fun gardening themed things that came with that kit. That's what attracted me to it. As soon as I saw it, I said I have to use this because it was so cute. This is a piece from the other Ode to Sunflower kit, the Sunny Delight. This is from the My Garden Journal here. It's a corner pocket sewn on with the green thread. And here's another piece from this kit, the My Garden Journal. So really cute pieces. And got a piece of glue there. And so this is, this page is actually, I didn't tell you, from a garden calendar. And it wasn't an old calendar, it was 2019. but it looked old. I thought, you know, I couldn't believe it was 2019 because I did find it in a thrift store, and it just had these really vintage looking garden pictures on it, so I used it in here. And then this is page from the kit, really pretty. Got the torn edges, distressed. This one has lines. You could write all over this if you want to. And I backed it with ledger paper. Now this, recently I found some really awesome wrapping paper, vintage wrapping paper. Somebody must have had it and they never used it, gave it all to the thrift store, and I grabbed it all as soon as I saw it because it was really pretty like this. And so I put, this is a double layer of the wrapping paper, so it's a double layer and it's sewn together, zigzag stitched. So that's really pretty. And then we have just plain blue paper here that can be written on or put pictures on or whatever you want. And then here's the middle. I love this for the middle. It was so pretty. I had to put this in the middle. It was just very beautiful. Just the whole colors and everything. So that's the middle. And then I have on the strings in the middle, I have green beads. So those are, you know, of course, with the green theme in this journal. And then as we go on more, we're on the second half now. So I kind of flip through this a little quicker so the video is not too long because you've seen, you know, the other half. This is the back half of the, I'll point out the pages from the kit. This is from the kit, so you haven't seen that. And then this is the other side of that calendar page. See how pretty that is. So, and then here's an envelope. And in here I have a journaling card. It's from the Sunflower Kit. And then I've decorated the envelopes, the front of both envelopes in both signatures. There's 2 signatures in here. This is a distressed book page with some scrapbook paper, and this is a picture, a little image from the kit. So cute. And then this is just the stationery with a couple pieces in here. This is a bookmark I put in here that I had in my stash. I thought it went well with the theme. This is a page from a tiny garden book that I had that I put in here, just a page from it. I thought it was so cute. I had to put it in here. And this is this side, and look at this side I want to show you. So cute, this little girl or lady working in her garden, and it's her pumpkin, looks like a pumpkin patch. So I thought that was so cute. I had to put a page in here. And then this is a little piece from, most of the file folders I use are recycled, and recently I came across some really old ones. I don't know how old they are, but they're very old, and they were from a recipe book that a lady used to organize her recipes, and they had they were very aged. They had age spots, and this one I had in my scraps. I thought that was so cool with that little age spot on that hole. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I got a kick out of it. So I made it into a little tiny tag and put some of that vintage apron on there. So I don't know, I love it, but I hope whoever gets this journal will love it too. And so here's a ticket from the kit, one of those cute with the vegetables, and I distressed it. That's the other half of the card. Some of the stationery with a piece from the kit. I like these little pictures. They're like vegetable people. So they're so cute. These are like peas, 2 peas in a pod. So cute. And then this is kind of another thing that just happened. I was using some of that again, that recycling the file folder, and this was the really old one with the, you know, age spots on it. And I was getting ready to cut these vegetables out and do something with them and use them in the journal. And I looked at this and I thought that looks so cool just as a bookmark. I was like, I don't know why I love that, but I love it just like that. So I left it like that, where I had glued those on, didn't cut them out, and made it into a bookmark. Put a little piece of the apron here and another piece of the apron on the back. Just, I thought that was so cool. I don't know, I love it. I don't know, maybe I'm strange, but I love it. Okay, so this is another piece from, image from that kit. Really pretty with the music. Coffee dye paper on the other side. From that one garden book, that's this size. The children's dictionary. And this is another worksheet from the kit, that other side of it. So there's another planner page for your garden. That's backed with the green dyed lined paper. And then Edith Holden here with another ticket and a journaling card. So that can be written on or whatever. There's lines on this side. And then we've got more tickets here. This one actually is a wraparound. I kind of had it, it comes in a strip. And so I left these together and put one here and sewed it on. And it's to make a tuck on both sides. So it's wrapped around the top there. And I've got this really pretty that I came across on my trip to the beach. This postcard I found, and this is what I saw. I got it because of these flowers. But then I turned it over on the back, and I couldn't believe, like, so cool. I've never seen a postcard like this with, you know, decoration like that. It's usually just white or plain on the back. So I thought that was so cool, and I thought that would be really neat to put in here. So I did put it in here as A, and I've lost my spot now. Where am I? I have lost my spot, but yeah, I put it in here. Oh, it was right here. I put it in here, you know, as a postcard, so you can actually use that as a postcard if you want, or a journaling card. Here's the other side of the book page pockets, the floral guide. And in this one, I've just got some strips and cutoffs from these pages that I put in here in the journal, so that you could use them to decorate, you know, or whatever you want to do with them. The wrapping paper, some of the stationery. So I think those are fun to work with when you get a journal, and, you know, decorate how you want. And then so this is the stationery with a couple of pieces from the kit. This one's from this kit, that my garden journal kit. I love these little seed packet journal cards. Are so cute, and that's a really pretty vintagey looking tomato seed card. And then this is a piece from the Ode to Sunflower Sunny Delight kit. So those are both Studio 28 kits, Studio 28E. So this is the last page. Coffee dye paper on this side, and this is the page from the kit. Really pretty here with these images. The garden, and then there's a little garden sign up here, so really pretty. You can see in between I have the really pretty paper. It's actually cardstock that I have, you know, backed here on the page. So that makes it a really, I wanted this to look like a book, but I didn't want to use a book, so I made this cover really strong. It's very thick cardstock that I put on the inside. So that's what makes it looks like a book to me, and that's what I wanted. That was my goal. So second signature, this is, you can see this is from the calendar. You can see why I used it, because it was this was so pretty, and it does look like an old calendar. If you look at this, it looks very vintage, but it was a 2019. I still can't believe that. Backed it with some of my stationery. This was a really garden themed one that, I mean, it has a shovel here, a wheelbarrow. I mean, it was so perfect to use in here. And then another page from that botanical field guide here, made into a pocket, 2 pages sewn together. And here I just have a little bridge tally card, and another perfect item for this journal with the garden themed, it's a garden on the front there, it looks like to me, and it's got like a fruit tree hanging over here, and it's just really pretty little bridge tally card there. I'll show you the inside. It's a big one too. It's not the, I like all of bridge tally cards, no matter what size they are, but this is a big one, so you can glue pictures in there or write inside or whatever you want, you know. Just have fun, make it into a little booklet. This is a page from the kit, really pretty images, and this green color is really pretty. With this does have lines on it. And then I have the fabric ruffle here from the apron, and then another pin here, and this one is a coilless pin also, and it has a flower on it, so keeping with the garden theme there. I just like to hold these up so you can see the charms a little bit better. So yeah, and then that's backed with plain green paper. And then here's stationery here. All the stationery, it's just about all the stationeries I left. I didn't want to cut them off, so I just folded them over and made them into pockets so that I could keep it and not make more scraps. And then, you know, you have extra room to right on and make a pocket. You know, I would have had to cut this off and this off if I wanted to just make it into a page, but this way I have, you know, it's really pretty on this side, and then I get to fold it up and have that pretty border or pocket down here. So I really love doing that. And then this is another piece from the Sunflower Kit, made into a journaling card. And this is actually 2 little pieces from this garden journal kit. And I made it into a little booklet. And I did this in a video also a few videos ago where I showed I was making an accordion booklet. So yeah, I made this then in that video and for that video. So really cute little images, and you can write all over this or put little pictures in here or whatever you want. But I just thought that was a fun little thing to make out of those little cards, and it's right in there. And this is Edith Holden here page. And then we have another page from that other garden book, stationery. And I do have, I think you saw it in the front, but 2, I think the other one's pink, 2 heart paper clips. The other one's pink, this one's gold right here. And I have it kind of holding the pocket together. And if you wanted to use it somewhere else, you could always glue these pockets together. I just kind of like leaving it like that. And then here's another mason jar that was in the kit. And really cute, pretty, vibrant colors here. I just love the colors in here. So they're vibrant while being vintage looking at the same time, which I don't know how if that's hard to achieve, but it's just so perfect. And then I've got a piece of vintage lace trim here, like a seam binding. And then, you know, it's back there, vintage distressed on the back also. And then here's the other envelope that I decorated with book page, scrapbook paper. And this is an image also from the kit. Really pretty. I've got string here. And so that's the envelope on this, in this signature. And I think I have a journaling card in here. Let me see. Oh, this one has the journaling card was in the other one. This one has some paper that I made into a journaling spot. It's avocado dyed or avocado dyed. So I just, I like how the avocado dye came over the edges right here, right down here. I think that's really pretty, and it also is very vintagey looking. This paper was vintagey looking to begin with, and then I avocado dyed it, and I just think it came out so pretty. So I just made that into a journaling spot, or whatever you want to do with it. This is the Children's Dictionary. This one has the garden on. I took the garden page out, looked up G, picked out the garden page, and put it in here. So really pretty. I love the children's encyclopedias and dictionaries. So here's the garden calendar with some of the tickets here sewn on. And this is another piece from this kit, the garden journal kit. Really pretty strawberry little jar there on a piece of the kit. And so there's the back, and then a piece of the apron there. And then the back, this is the calendar, and yeah, this is the calendar and copy dyed paper with a page from the kit, and this has lines on it, and just a really pretty vegetable looking vintage image here. And then this is from another book I have, and this one I put in here because this girl is sitting, you'll see when we see the back half, she's sitting in like a patch of flowers, and here she's smelling the flower. So it's just a really pretty image. And here's the other side of that. Here's the card on, I put one of these cards in both signatures. And then here's this pretty daisy stationery. And it folds out, and here's the little journaling, or actually this is a good size journaling card in this pocket. And it's got the apron on there, and that's a jar of blueberries. Really pretty. I love how these have, when you print them out, they have distressing, and then I added to the distressing, and they just came out so pretty. This is a plain green paper backing this page from the kit. And let me just show you, it has lines all up and down here, and then vegetables right here, and a little like quote right here, just really pretty. And this is some more of the wrapping paper. And this is a pretty page from the kit. It's the aging on here is from the printout. I didn't do this, so this comes out really cool. And then I did distress the edges more. I think it was already distressed, and I distressed them some more. And that's torn here, and it's put on a piece of cardstock, which is also torn. And then on the back is another page from the kit, and this is the middle. And I like this one for the middle. I really love this one for the middle because it was so pretty and really vintagey looking. And then I also have the green beads on these strings. So just really pretty middle. I like the middles to be pretty, and if it's too pretty, I can't make pockets in the middle. I make pockets other places because I don't want to cover up the pretty in the middle like that. I just like to let that be seen like as it is. And then you can write in here or whatever you want to do. It's just really pretty. And then that's backed with, this one's backed with, let's see. Yeah, this one's backed with the yellow paper, plain yellow paper. And then this is some more of the wrapping paper. This is another pretty page from the kit that has green and the lines all up and down, and it has the vegetables on the side. So we're on the back half, backed with green paper. In this pocket, this is some of the stationery. And okay, in here, these are two pieces from the kit. Really cute. The vegetable people that I mentioned before. Tomato Man and Onion Man here. Really cute little images. And then this I did a video on. If you look at my previous couple of videos, I did one on making where I had used my flower press, and then I took the flowers out and made these tags in a video. This is one of the tags I made, and came out so cute. I thought it would be perfect in here. I used some of the vintage apron here. It's sewn around with the green edging, and to me it looked like, it just reminded me, it just says honeybee right here, and this is a real rose in here that I pressed and put in between plastic, so it's all sealed. But it just reminded me of it, like a sample, like a gardener would go out and get a sample from their garden and keep it in their journal, in their garden journal. So, and with this brown, that's why I used the brown cardstock on this one, because I just wanted to look like a sample from my garden. So I thought that was perfect to put in here. And so let's see. This is a piece from the kit, really cute. And I put a piece of the apron right here as trim on this one. And this is a piece from the kit that I made into a garden corner pocket here. Left the threads, like I said, wherever I could. And then this is the bottom half of that book page I was talking about, where she's sitting in a patch of flowers. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, that's why I wanted to put it in here. And then a page from the kit with plenty of lines and just this vintagey looking vegetable page. Very pretty. And that's backed with coffee dyed paper. This is from the calendar. See how pretty those colors are? And that's the other half of the child's dictionary. This is a piece from the kit. Now this is another envelope like the one I had in the other signature. And I'll show you what I did with this one. It's still got trim, but I put a tab on this one so it's kind of acts like a tag instead of an envelope, if you want it to. But there's some buttons here. And then I left this one open, so it could be like a secret little journaling spot in there. And then, you know, you can close it up and no one will know that you've journaled your secrets in there. So I just thought that was fun. Or if you want to use it for an envelope, you can go ahead and seal it up. So just some little fun to have with that. And here this is a piece of the stationery, but I used a couple of used postage stamps here that I had in my stash that had really pretty flowers on there, and I thought that was just perfect on that page. So that came out really pretty. And so the other pages from the book, Edith Holden here. This is a piece from the kit, really cute. I love those corner pockets, are so pretty. And then here's Cabbage Man on this card from the kit with some apron on him as a tab. That's sewn on with the green thread. And then here's a pocket in the stationery here, fold out too. And this is an actual seed packet with seeds in it. But I thought someone, you know, if you're a gardener, or even if you're not a gardener, you could plant these in a pot or something and put them out on your front porch or your windowsill or something. So that's just an actual seed packet with seeds in there. And so we're at the back here. And this is the last page from the kit, I think. This is really cool because it's got the lines, and then it's got this, like an ad for a wheelbarrow here, like from a catalog. I thought that was so cool. And then here's like a piece, it looks like a piece or a, you know, an excerpt from a dictionary. It says gardening, and like it has a definition there. I thought that was really cool also. And then here's that pocket made from the flower, you know, guidebook again. This is a little picture I put in here. I thought was cool to have. I love putting pictures, old pictures like that in my journals. And then this is a piece of the stationery backed with a piece of the calendar. And that's that pretty calendar, that pretty garden calendar. And then here we are at the back cover with the layered flower. And I hope this video didn't get too long for you, but since this is a design team project, I wanted to, you know, give a rather detailed description. I think the only thing I didn't tell you was I said 2 signatures, but it's got about, let me think for a second, 64 pages. And if you count fronts and backs, that would be approximately, what, 124 fronts and backs. So that's the number of pages. And I didn't tell you the size, which I know the size, but I wanted to show you too on camera so that you could see exactly on the ruler, because it's like almost 5.5. So to get the exact size right there, almost 5.5, 5.5's right there. And then this is pretty much 7.5. It's right there. So I wanted to show you that too. It's right, 7.5 is right there. So you can see the size. And once again, let me just show you the pretty, I love this. This came out so cool, and that's what I wanted with these ruffles. I didn't want to overdo it with the ruffles, but I wanted to be able to see them like that from the side. I just think that's so pretty. Anyway, I'll stop talking, and I hope you enjoyed it. I loved working with this kit. I'll link everything below from Studio 28E, and thank you for watching tonight, and I hope you all have a great night. See you next time.